the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight we'll see the Oklahoma City Thunder playing against the Trailblazers out in Portland. For Portland, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. And tonight we'll be seeing Russell Westbrook, somebody who impacts every facet of the game. And of course, Kenny, we know he averaged a triple-double at one point.
You know what? Westbrook and the big O, Oscar Robertson, the only ones to ever do that in NBA history. That's amazing. And Russ continues to polish his game.
Not only that, Kenny, his motor is off the charts. Insane athleticism truly sets him apart.
Give me your best motor.
What car?
Ferrari. Truck. Mini Cooper. Okay.
That wraps it up here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you later.
Fans, are you ready for your Portland Trail Blazers? At the small forward position, 6 feet 7 inches, number 1, Evan Turner. The other forward position, at 6 foot 9 inches, number 8, Al-Farouq Aminu. The big man, 7 feet, number 27, Yusuf Nurkic. At shooting guard, at 6 foot 3 inches, number 3, CJ McCollum. At guard, 6'3" from Weber State, wearing number 0, Damian Lillard. The head coach for your home team is Terry Stotts. Once again, your Portland Trailblazers.
Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. Alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And on the sidelines, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. It's Western Conference NBA action. The Portland Trailblazers here at home. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
And they swept the season series against this group last season. Pretty impressive stuff.
And the Trailblazers start out with the ball. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. Taking a look at the Thunder. Inside pairing is Grant and Adams. On the wings, Abrinas and George. And it's Westbrook in at the guard position. Looking at the midseason numbers for international viewership, Doris, the league is really making an impression around the world.
I know soccer is maybe the biggest sport worldwide, but what has struck me over the last 5 to 10 years is how global a game basketball has become, and the fact that it's one of the fastest growing sports in the entire world. And make no mistake, to me, it's the league that has brought this ability to bring people together with incredible stars who fans can relate to. The one guy that comes to mind, obviously, Steph Curry.
Well said. The vision of the league, to me, is just incredible and unequal. He's off on the first. Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin.
Now, here's Aminu. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Kings in Sacramento. Down low. Abrinas with the bucket. Abrinas has got his first bucket of the night.
A guy who converts well at the rim. You like to see the aggression there.
Really doesn't get any easier than that. The defense didn't look too interested in stopping him.
Here's Aminu. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Back to George. Westbrook against Lillard. And Westbrook, here we go.
Well, you think back to a time when people wondered if Westbrook was too aggressive playing with KD. They said Russ was taking too many shots. No questions anymore. Westbrook is the man in OKC.
And the first one drops.
Wow, the fire, the passion. Russell Westbrook plays the game with such unbridled intensity. The relish he takes in competition on a nightly basis is special.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for Portland. And both free throws good for Westbrook. Trailblazers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Over in the corner, Lillard. The three-pointer, no good. And for Westbrook, winning the MVP and averaging a triple-double for an entire season. Greg, how much does he have left to prove?
Well, it's all about winning. We know Russ can take over a game. We know he can make his teammates better. How much better and how far they get in the playoffs, that's the real question.
Now here's McCollum. We saw him with 29 points last game. Harkless kicks to Aminu. 6 to shoot. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Tipped away. Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against Sacramento. Abrinas with a bucket.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Now the pass to Harkless. McCollum outside. Harkless on the wing. Adams defending. And there's McCollum. That's good on the assist by Mo Harkless. McCollum's got his second basket of the night. Oklahoma City trailing. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with Coach Billy Donovan.
Well, Kevin, he expects their interior defense to be airtight. He said rim protection is something we really do well. Our ability to contest shots allows us to become more aggressive on the perimeter. Makes it a win-win. We'll see if all of that holds up for them tonight. Back to you.
Good work, David. Thank you. It sounds like defense is going to be the key for them today.
And it usually is. They try to use their D to make life miserable for every opponent they play.
You're absolutely right, Greg. That suffocating defense has become a calling card. Nobody looks forward to playing this team.
Now, here is George after the miss from Evan Turner. And that one's good, George.
Boy, that makes them 4 out of 5 to start this thing. They're finding very good shots early on.
Turner finds McCollum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And it's Abrinas in the corner. No good with the triple.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 just slips away.
Lillard from outside knocks down the 3-ball. Lillard's got 6.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And they pick up 2. 6 points for Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook aggressively attacking that screen and roll. He will look for his shot when he gets separation off the screen.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
When you think about the Oklahoma City Thunder, you have to start and end the conversation with the historic regular seasons put on by Russell Westbrook. The one thing you have to wonder, has he taken them as far as he can?
Here's a look at some stats for Turner. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's putting up about 8 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Now here's McCollum. He has 5. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
Boy, shaky work defensively, giving him that good look on the jump shot. What were they thinking?
I don't know, Doris. Here's Westbrook. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Boy, the explosion, the body control, Westbrook doing damage right now.
Turner passes to McCollum. Harkless with it. Adams on him. McCollum, no good.
Boy, the defense gets into his head and alters his release when he really doesn't have to.
No good from Grant.
Gets it to very close range, but there was no way the defense going to back off and give him that layup. Boy, you have got to love the dime, the pass on time and on target.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. The putback. No good that time. And it's Portland the other way. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
I mean, they were so impressive offensively. And when you do that, that can really help you on the road.
I think intensity is the key, right, Greg? When you play with energy on the offensive end, good things usually happen. What a phenomenal quarter from the field. A great shooting percentage, excellent shots. This is really well done.
Now Harkless. Back to McCollum. This one for 3. Russell Westbrook with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Double team on Westbrook. And Adams kicks to Westbrook. Floats one up. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
The only way he doesn't finish is if the defense gets in his face. Nice job.
Aminu with it. Now defended by Grant. Turner inside. Kicks it out to Lillard. Over in the corner, Harkless. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Thunder leading by 3. Aprinas the pass to Westbrook. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Well, this is the classic hot hand, right? If he can keep it up, their lead will be safe.
And a wide open look for McCollum, and the 3 ball is good. McCollum's got 12 in the game.
I'll tell you, he's doing everything scoring-wise this period to try to keep them in it.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. So much of being a scorer is finding ways to get open without the ball, Doris, and there are a lot of guys that do that very well in the league right now.
Well, you think back to guys like Ray Allen, who have retired in the last 5 to 6 years. He was one of the all-time bests. You think back to the Detroit Pistons teams and Rip Hamilton. They set the stage for today's generation. Guys like Klay Thompson and Kyle Korver, who are relentless in their motion and sometimes do it randomly. Outside of the context of the offense, they're just, because they've done it so often, the kind of movement they create puts tremendous stress on your defense.
And here's George, following the 3-pointer by C.J. McCollum. It's good. George has got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, Paul George, a tremendous jump shooter. Squares up, knocks it down. The defense has got to be better.
Felton against McCollum. Over Felton. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Boy, what has gotten into him? He's taken his game to an unreal level this quarter.
Schroeder, left side. Here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Paul George, a terrific two-way player, an all-star, an all-NBA performer, and multiple all-defense selections.
And Paul George has made it a goal to win Defensive Player of the Year.
I mean, he's got tremendous length and quickness, but really his pride at that end of the floor might matter even more. He just takes great pride in being a complete player.
Throw good, Paul George.
I don't know if it's underplayed, but there's an all-around aspect to what Paul George does on a night-by-night basis. This guy is an elite two-way player.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. He hits both from the stripe.
I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
Here is Cook. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds.
And now taking a look at some numbers for Noel. He's been a factor for them over the last month. Second in steals. And he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And back to your point, number 2 in steals. He's just a tireless worker. Plays that hard-nosed, on-ball defense. Most guys just can't disengage from him. Schroeder finds Noel. From deep, George knocks down the 3-ball. George has got 10 points. And Doris, you go back to the injury for Paul George. Some moments where you question whether he'd be the same player. Do you think, in your opinion, that factored into his decision to leave Indiana in search of a more competitive situation?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not sure if the injury played a part, but we know unequivocally because Paul George stated it. He wants his legacy to be about winning. And because those peak years for a star player can be fleeting, you have to appreciate the pursuit of just that.
The Thunder leading by 4. Schroeder kicks to Felton. George against Aminu. Puts up a 3. Portland grabs the miss.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
With his first shot attempt, misses off the right iron. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Outside, George. Aminu grabs the miss. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here is Cook. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Sacramento. The feed to Harkless, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That is his first foul of the game. .136 left in the first quarter. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Passes to George. And the layup's good off the glass. George has got 12.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Cook, the pass to Curry. And they get it. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Patterson, that's good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Pass to Stauskas. Kicks to Aminu. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. And he gets it to go. "15 seconds left here in the first quarter. And here's Schroeder. He had 10 points in the win against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Here's George. Bucket is good. He's got 14.
Well, Paul George routinely making these difficult shots look easy. He's showing how dominant he truly is.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. And we'll be right back after this. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
I'll tell you, when you take care of the backboards, good things seem to happen.
Well, I think it's been a priority to hit the glass, no doubt, and using their length and athleticism to perfection on the boards.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. Felton is out there with Dennis Schroeder, and it's Noel in at the center position.
I'll tell you guys, what a delivery on that lead pass. He puts it right where his teammate can go get it.
Felton against Curry. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone.
Just a really solid display there of rebounding. They've done it really all game.
Yeah, bottom line, more boards means more possessions, and that's how you build a lead.
Now, that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
No, exactly, Greg, especially when the ball is that deep inside. You've got to respect how he altered that shot.
5 to shoot. Here's Cook. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And when Paul George has this kind of rhythm and pace to his game, you simply want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Here is Cook. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game outside Curry. Here's Stauskas, defended by George. And George gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Paul George. Oklahoma City on D. Pass to Nurkic. Over Noel. And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Curry. Nurkic has got his first points in this one.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Now a timeout called by Portland. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Evan Turner, he's checked in for Stauskas, and Damian Lillard is subbed in for Cook. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams comes in for Patrick Patterson, and Alex Abrinas subbed in for Raymond Felton. Now here's Schroeder, 17-point lead, their biggest. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
2.
That's good from Schroeder. Doris, statistically, today's game is picked apart by so many different ways. But for you, what are the statistical areas that you are most interested in?
Well, I think one of the things that can be undervalued, particularly from the defensive side of the ball, are things like deflections or charges taken or even shots contested. And I say those things, Kevin, because deflections force an offense to restart. Charges taken gets a possession for your team. And shots contested affects, obviously, the field goal percentage of the team you're guarding. So it's all of those little defensive stats that you really have to track and be monitoring to understand the value that they have on winning.
Very interesting. There's the triple. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And Turner kicks to Lillard. Curry trying to break free. And the basket by Lillard. Lillard's got 8.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here's Schroeder. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Clock at 6. From 11 feet away. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. 17-point game. Now the dish to Nurkic. Curry. Turner. It's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Westbrook kicks to Grant. Back to Westbrook. Takes a 3. Rebound by Nurkic. For Portland, they've gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Turner's got his second bucket. The Thunder leading by 13. Schroeder outside. To the wing right side. Grant gets a wide open look. No good from outside. Trailblazers have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. 3-pointer, Lillard. The offensive rebound. Here's Harkless. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Oklahoma City's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Portland. Here's Schroeder. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Well, they've been playing some tough defense on him in this period, and it's starting to affect him. This guy's having trouble finding the target right now.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's Westbrook after the made shot from Evan Turner. Can they get it? And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team? Dora is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
Free throw good, Westbrook.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line. And
both free throws good for Westbrook. Trailblazers trail by 13. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over.
Start it. The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's hear it, fans.
Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. They're in the middle at 5th in the conference, looking to build in the wins as the season goes on. And, of course, there's the Trailblazers, right now quite a ways down below.
And I think for Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
Now, here's Nurkic. He had 13 points in the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
And, guys, he was also huge on defense, turning away 2 shots and altering countless more.
Westbrook passes to Abrinas. Over to the wing. To the inside. Oklahoma City keeping it alive with a new 24-second shot clock. The Thunder with another miss.
Well, he's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not helping his team. That was an awful quarter.
Three-pointer, Lillard. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Their last game, a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
I think, Greg, they didn't let the crowd or the noise get to them, and they have to be happy with how they played and executed on the road in that one.
Here's Turner. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Grant. Feeds it to Schroeder. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. Schroeder's got 6 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Harkless kicks to Lillard. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. 11 points in the game.
That's his first triple of the second period, third of the game.
Westbrook against Lillard. Westbrook dishes to Grant. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
This guy is a high percentage shooter from this particular area. Because he can elevate off the floor, it's nice and efficient.
And Jeremy Grant, great genes for the game, Greg. Father was Harvey, uncle was Horace, both NBA players and stars. His brother Jarian also in the association.
Yeah, and Jeremy might be the best athletically of them all. I mean, 6'8" with that 7'3" wingspan, great bounce. If he can develop his skill to match, he'll have a long and prosperous NBA career.
Well, I like how Jeremy Grant continues to work on his game. The jumper is coming along, and he remains an exceptional defensive player.
Now, here's Lillard. He had 28 points in the win against the Kings in Sacramento. Takes the three. Thunder with the rebound. Adams has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Turner looking around. Lillard outside. Back to Turner. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish. Evan Turner, the former number 2 pick out of Ohio State, you know, he acts as a utility knight for this team. He can wear a lot of different hats. His versatility might be his best trait.
One shot.
And with Turner, as you mentioned, Greg, he can play both wing spots and does whatever you need from him on offense.
Well, you like what he's playing in the post and bullying small wings. Much better from that area of the floor than from outside. It also can act as a playmaker, very adept at running the pick and roll.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. Right now, let's check out the teams with the best free throw percentage. Fifth best, the Trailblazers.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City, leading by 12. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. And it's Turner off the drive. Here's Lillard. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
They did a better job of getting it inside in that first. They've lost some of that physical edge here.
Well, Damian Lillard has never been one to doubt himself, and when he plays, he exudes confidence.
Has a short-term memory, which allows him to keep attacking even after he's missed a few. And that's the mentality you have to have on offense. He might be as good as any other guard in this game.
And Portland making a change here. Leonard's checked in.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, Alex Abrinas in his third year out of Spain. This guy brings tremendous size, 6'6" shooting guard, and boy, can he shoot it 37% from distance.
Now here's McCollum following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Leonard with the ball. Now defended by Adams. Turner finds Leonard. That ball. Nice speed that time from Turner. Leonard's got it back down to within single digits for the Trailblazers. Abrinas has relied on his three-point shooting, the vast majority of his attempts coming from beyond the arc.
Well, when you've played alongside Russell Westbrook, you've got to be prepared for catch-and-shoot opportunities. And I think this is what Alex Abrinas' strength is. Now, what has to happen is he's got to diversify that offensive game as his career progresses, and he's got to make sure, Kevin, that he evolves as a defensive player as well. He's got to understand great positioning. He's got to be on point with all of his scouts of his opponents. But this guy can be a knockdown shooter.
They get a hand on it. Westbrook with the steal. Good work defensively by Lillard. Trailblazers trail by 11. And it's McCollum off the drive. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. Goes up the baseline, and that one's good. Westbrook's got 14.
We know this, Kevin. This mid-range game has always been attached to Russell Westbrook.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. Steven Adams picks one up. The Trailblazers have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. So for the Trailblazers, Zach Collins checked in for Myers Leonard. Nick Stauskas comes in for Evan Turner. And Cook subbed in for Damian Lillard. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Noel's checked in for Adams. Patterson comes in for Grant. George is checked in for Alex Abrinas. And it's Felton in for Russell Westbrook. And so McCollum nails both of them.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Schroeder passes to George. Patterson inside. He's covered by Aminu.
You know, he's working on his inside game, but clearly there's still a little more work to do.
It's stolen by Schroeder. To the paint, here's George, and George with the stuff.
Well, you love the tenacity. Paul George cannot be contained when he gets near the tin.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder. Collins dishes to McCollum. Got a piece of it. 6 on the shot clock. Aminu, and the layup's good off the glass. Aminu's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Schroeder kicks to Noel. In the corner, it's Patterson. And it's off from three-point range. McCollum up top. He's covered by Felton. Here's Aminu. Misses the three. The Thunder leading by 11. Schroeder, right side. There's 49 seconds left to play here in the half. Fires the three. Doesn't go that time. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
Well, obviously it's been an off night for him offensively, but give his teammates credit. They've bailed him out. He's still got time to turn it around.
Now here's Schroeder. He's got 9. Patterson finds Schroeder. George looking over the floor. Inside. Here's Patterson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Patterson's got his 3rd basket of the night. McCollum against Felton. Puts it up. Not this time.
The D slow to rotate, and he misses out on an easy chance from mid-range.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 18 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. Shaq, your thoughts on the Thunder?
I don't say this a lot, Ernie, but I was impressed with Paul George at both ends. His length, athleticism allows him to guard a number of positions. He can score equally well in the half court, but out in the open court, woo-wee.
And Kenny, what did you see from Portland?
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. The Thunder leading by 10. Lillard and McCollum, the deadly backcourt pairing. Turner is out there with Aminu, and it's Nurkic in at the center filling out the middle. So that's who Terry Stotts starts the second half with. Here's Abrinas. Dishes it to Adams. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Well, you think to Steven Adams, and coming out of New Zealand, playing about 1 year at the University of Pittsburgh, now in his 5th season as a starter for the Thunder. And what a pivotal guy he's become for this franchise.
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. And Steven Adams drafted by OKC with the 12th pick in 2013. That draft pick, a centerpiece of the James Harden trade.
And that trade will go down as one of the great conversation pieces of all time, whether or not you should have moved James Harden. But the reality is, where Adams is concerned, they got a two-way big man with incredible athleticism, unbelievable physical strength, and an evolving offensive game. So this is one piece of the trade that you have made great use of.
Now, here's Aminu. The three. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
The pass to Abrinas. Now, here's Grant. Out to the wing. Westbrook against Lillard. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. About 1 minute played here in the second half. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Trailblazers trail by 8. McCollum passes to Turner. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots. Oklahoma City shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Here's Abrinas. He's guarded by McCollum. Beyond the arc. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And Turner kicks to McCollum. Turner dishes to McCollum. That ball. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got assist number 5 here tonight.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
Here's Abrinas. 6 points for him. And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's his 4th foul of the contest. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Swanigan's checked in.
Caleb Swanigan.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Grant kicks to Westbrook. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
All right, a chance here to check out the stats for Paul George. Just an incredible month of basketball. 4th in steals, 12th in assists, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. That one is off. A different look now for Portland. Layman, he's checked in for Swanigan. And Curry subbed in for Damian Lillard. And he sinks the second. And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. There's the double team with Grant. McCollum with the ball. 24 points for him. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Maurice Harkless is checked in for Layman. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Curry finds McCollum. 5 on the clock. Curry with it. Westbrook picks him up. And the foul called on Russell Westbrook. That's foul number 2 for him. Leonard, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Westbrook against Turner. He kicks to Aminu. To the middle. Leonard, the pass to Curry. Just 3 to shoot. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trail Blazers retain possession. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Tuesday, they'll face off against Jimmy Butler and the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And no secret that this team can be very tough in their own building. And that's good news as they are loaded up with home games over the next stretch. This is a chance to create some separation.
Oklahoma City leading by 3. Outside, George. Over to the left wing. Shoots. Aminu grabs the miss. Aminu's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Curry with a wide open look. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
No good from Grant.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the second half. They're going to have to start tightening things up on the offensive end.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. Curry kicks to McCullough. Shot from 16. It's hauled in by George.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Here's Grant. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. A chance here to take a moment and compare the front court and back court scoring on the night for the Trailblazers.
And it's been guard play, which really has shouldered the burden offensively here. They'd like a bit more production from the front court, but in the meantime, this backcourt has kept them in the game.
Now here's Westbrook. 15 points in the game.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
He's had 6 attempts at the line, made 5 of them.
Performed well thus far this season with a 78% clip.
Shooting 2.
The free throw drops for Russell Westbrook. And Portland making a change here. Stauskas is checked in. Second free throw, no good. Trailblazers trail by 4. And another turnover here by Portland. Well, here's a group now that knows how to orchestrate from the wing. The top passing small forwards in the NBA during the past 10 games. In the third spot, Paul George.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish players at a position where you don't see a lot of offensive facilitating.
Well, you see plenty of that when any of these guys are on the floor. They're each very good at keeping their options open, trying to find the best possible shot on every trip, and no individual agendas. That's crucial.
Here's Stauskas. Adams defending. Turner against George. And Turner kicks to McCullough. That falls. Nice speed that time from Turner. Turner's got 6 assists in the game. The Thunder leading by 4. Outside Westbrook. The 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
I love how Westbrook rises and fires immediately. Ball touches his hands and it's gone before you can blink.
McCollum outside. There's the double team with Grant. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Boy, he's able to get to the hoop, Kev, because of that great solid screen.
Portland shooting their 5th attempt at the line in the game. Noel's checked in for Oklahoma City. And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. And it's Noel missing. Trailblazers trail by 4. Here's Curry with the 3. No good on the shot.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Passes to McCollum. Launches it. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And that's now 30 points for C.J. McCollum. Oklahoma City leading by 3. Out to the right wing. Now Noel still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Thunder lead by 5.
Well, the D can't stick with him, Kevin. This is Nerlens Noel, a huge force on those close shots to the basket.
And Steven Adams came into this league at 19, already a physical specimen, and has only gotten stronger. Just a bruising presence down low.
Abrinas with the bucket.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Portland's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. And Stauskas has it in the corner. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. And it's good, 2 points.
Timeout.
When near the bucket, Paul George knows what to do. This guy has such a nuanced understanding of the offense.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Here's Felton. Paul George making his last shot. Pass to Schroeder. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Patterson can't get it to go. Trailblazers trail by 10. And here's Stauskas from the arc. The rebound by Patterson. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. George finds Schroeder. Here's George. He's got 20. 6 on the shot clock. No one near Felton as he lets it go. And that one's good. Noel.
And guys, the offensive rebounding really has stood out here this half. All those second chance points are helping them maintain that lead.
Now here's Nurkic. Taking a look at the scoring numbers, right now he averages about 9 points a game.
With him scoreless in the latter part of this one, it's awfully hard to come back.
Felton against Curry. Felton kicks to Patterson. No good with the triple.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Curry. And just miss after miss right now.
A nightmare quarter for this guy. Simply can't buy a bucket.
George, no good.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
Pass to Cook. He dishes it to Stauskas. Kicks to Nurkic. Curry on the wing. Knocked away. Taken away by Felton. Now here's Schroeder. 9 points in the game so far. The pass to Patterson. Poked loose. Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder. Cook kicks to Curry. Looking to get it going. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Stauskas. How his last 10 games have gone. He's averaging 6 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
He's off on the first.
Well, similar to his brother Stev, Seth is a knockdown shooter. This guy's a crafty combo guard with a number of tricks up his sleeve.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. Good on the second free throw. Here's George. He's got 20. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
One shot. One shot.
The sturdy Patrick Patterson, the 14th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010.
What you love about Patrick Patterson is he's turned himself into a three-point specialist over the course of his career. You know on a night-by-night basis what you're going to get on the defensive end, and that is a multi-positional defender who's going to give you great effort every single time out. There's something to be said about Patrick's ability to adjust and evolve his game as the NBA has evolved.
Lillard from outside. It's hauled in by Felton. Felton's got 4 rebounds now tonight. On the wing, George. Good. And a nice assist from Felton. Felton's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, the 3-ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch, Kevin.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 13. For Portland, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them.
Shooting for Portland, Quinn Cook. At the line for 2.
The first free throw is good. And so Cook nails both of them. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, since the rise of the Warriors, we've seen a fair amount of soul-searching by the league's other contenders. There is incredible pressure to shake things up. Now, sometimes it can elevate a team, but we have often seen it also can tear a team apart.
It can be fragile for sure. David, thank you so much. Now, here's Lillard. Paul George unable to get his shot to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Schroeder looking over the floor, and it's good for 2. George has got 25 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Now here's Lillard. 13 points in the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Oh no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And the first one at the line is good. And both free throws good for Damian Lillard. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Schroeder kicks to George. Over Curry. And there's Paul George on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Oklahoma City out in front, leading by 17. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And, Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Trailblazers trail by 17. So the Thunder 5 right now. The forwards, George and Grant. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Felton. And it's Noel in at the 5.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And George gets it to go.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Here is Cook. Paul George making his last shot. Nurkic in the post. Noel on him. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
Schroeder passes to George. Grant outside. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. He almost never get that wide open a look.
Aminu dishes to Lillard. And Grant sends it back.
Well, he's got to be a defensive stalwart. And Jeremy Grant using his size to send it back.
Down low. It's stolen by Curry. An even 3-on-3 break. Here is Cook, defended by George. Down low. Curry finds Nurkic. Portland needs to get off a shot, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And really, this is where efficiency matters. Value every possession.
You simply have to make smart decisions. You're only hurting yourself with these miscalculations.
Turner's checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Quinn Cook. And then for Oklahoma City, Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Alex Abrinas comes in for Raymond Felton. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Dennis Schroeder.
Now, that's about timing and precision and knowing for Paul George how to use that leaping ability to get that alley-oop.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. There's the double team with Westbrook. Passes it to Turner. The tray. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Abrinas. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Let's remember, Westbrook is capable of triple-doubles because of this kind of passing. My goodness, that's pretty.
Westbrook against Lillard. McCollum outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Grant's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Abrinas kicks to Grant. Westbrook against Lillard. Shot clock at 5. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Nurkic, and so he's picked up his final foul. and he will sit for the rest of this game. Harkless is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic.
2 shots.
That's good from Westbrook. The G League last season experimenting, Doris, with coaches' challenges of certain calls during games. Do you see that perhaps moving over as well to the NBA?
Kevin, my understanding on this is that across NBA ownership, there is real momentum to allow for a coach's challenge. And I think it's commonplace to see teams argue a call. When it's all said and done, we want to get things correct. And so maybe you see this happen in the G League. And what's the carryover to the NBA? I don't know, but I can tell you unequivocally, ownership wants to see a coach's challenge in the NBA at some point.
And I think, Doris, anytime you can make those coaches do more, put more on the line, just adds to the intrigue of the game.
No question.
Grant kicks to Abrinas. Pass to Grant. And it's Abrinas in the corner. Buries it from three-point range. Abrinas has got 6 points in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Aminu. McCollum trying to get open. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
I'll tell you, that's an assist that shows great sense for where his teammates want to move.
Here's George, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. And that's now 33 points for George.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
And the basket by McCollum.
Boy, you can't pin their struggles today on him. He's been on fire from the field.
And George kicks to Westbrook. To the right side. Abrinas the pass to Westbrook. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
When Westbrook's game is cooking like this, the opponents, you can see it in their body language, just shaking their heads going, oh boy, we got a problem here.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Harkless. It's McCollum on the wing. Aminu, no one around him. Offline with his three. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Abrinas the pass to George. Adams trying to free himself up. Abrinas' shot is off. Turner finds McCollum. A lot of times late in the season, Doris, we see the expensive vets bought out of their contracts. Often they sign for a cheap price for a true contender, and that affects parity among postseason qualifiers.
No doubt about it, Kevin. It really brings into very sharp focus the value of a quality GM, because the rich can get richer, and it can tilt things toward the top teams. I don't mind it, Kevin. Part of the reason these players agree to a buyout in the first place is the opportunity to choose their next situation. It is within the rules, and therefore I have no problem with it.
I like it as well. Here's Lillard. Steven Adams making his last shot. McCollum kicks to Aminu. Back to McCollum. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. McCollum's got 5 points now in the quarter. Thunder have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting. To the wing right side. Lillard against Westbrook. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
And this is the problem now. Westbrook converting from the perimeter consistently. Good luck checking him.
Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Turner against George. And Turner kicks to McCollum. Back to Turner. Knocks it loose. Over George. No good on that one. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. And here's Westbrook. Outside, George. That three off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
That one falls.
And you see the leadership of Lillard in that sequence, keeping everyone involved, not looking to do it all himself, but creating for his teammate.
Here's Abrinas. He kicks it to George. Doris, for both charting game action and improving player health, the players now are being tracked by the player tracking devices or chips in their jersey during a game.
I love it, Kevin, because what it enables teams to do is measure the impact and the toll it can take on a player. For example, we now know that player X ran 5 miles on this particular night in this game action environment. And what that affords you is, okay, if you have a back-to-back situation, then you're going to be more careful with that player's minutes the next night. Or if it's an off day, Kevin, you can just say to that player, listen, unless we're doing a walkthrough, you're not involved. I want you off your feet and recovering. Anything that helps the competitive environment that these players are playing in, I'm all for it, Kev.
That was an excellent example. I like that. Turner against George. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And that's a couple of very shaky possessions in a row. One turnover right after the other.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Leonard, he's checked in for Turner. Collins comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Nick Stauskas is checked in for McCollum. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Lillard. Now, here's Felton. He's guarded closely. Here's Diallo. Back to Patterson. Tries from 10. 2 points. That one goes. Here is Cook. Pass to Harkless. Kicks it to Leonard. Here's Cook. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Diallo. Luwawu, the pass to Noel. Well, the league taking steps, Doris, to reform the draft lottery, flattening out the odds, doing a variety of things just to analyze the way it works, the mechanics. Do you think the change will be enough?
Well, again, I think this goes back to the leadership at the top of the NBA, and the right man is in charge in Adam Silver. And as is typical to Adam Silver, everything happens with a very measured approach in terms of reform. You do a little bit, and then you evaluate. But I think Adam has made it clear that the change they made to the draft lottery was nothing more than a first step. Now, where do we go from here? That remains to be seen.
2 shots.
That free throw missing. And he's good on the second. Felton with the ball. Got a piece of it. The feed to Collins. There's the dish to Harkless. Doris, last year the NBA signed a deal to broadcast G League games on the internet channel Twitch.
Well, you know Adam Silver is always looking at new methods for broadcasting this great league and the G League. And I think we live in an era of an increasingly digital world. The next generation views their platforms in non-traditional, non-linear fashion. So to me, this is really smart decision making.
I know you're a big Twitch watcher yourself. You subscribe, and like me, you love the G League.
I'm always twitching.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Felton. The pass to Patterson. Over to the wing. Outside, Felton. Passes it to Luau. Just 4 to shoot. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Yeah, affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint. I'll tell you, the feed puts him in prime position to convert. The assist was where it needed to be.
Felton kicks to Diallo. To the left wing. Well, so often when a player changes teams, Doris, we see a lot of emotions from him, his teammates, from the fans, and coaches. Is it even reasonable to expect loyalty in sports nowadays?
You know, I think times have changed, Kevin. We're no longer living in an era where a player sticks with an organization throughout the course of his tenure, or at least that is the outlier nowadays. The reality is, teams always make decisions with their long-term best interests at heart. And so when a player has earned the right to embrace his free agency, there's a reason it's termed free agency, then he should have an equal opportunity to the team to make the decisions that are in his best interest. Whatever those values and priorities for that individual player are, when you reach free agency, you've earned that right.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Right. Frustrating for sure, Greg. I don't think they'll be able to mount a comeback at this point.
Now here's Felton. Deflects the pass to the middle. Here's Noel. Can't hit that one. Great D that time from Leonard. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. To the paint. Here's Collins. Count it. One second separating the shot clock and game clock. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And Patterson kicks to Diallo. Back to Patterson. Oklahoma City moving it around. Here's Felton. The shot, no good. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Paul. Congrats on the win. Where's your team's attitude right now?
Continue to, play together. And we can just stick to that, keep working, staying confident, keep defending, and knocking shots down. We'll be all right.
Looked like it all came together tonight, Paul. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And we'll see you next time.